guys. I wanted to talk about the Gemini sun sign. This is part of the sun sign series in my YouTube channel. So the last week I did the Taurus video, the Taurus sun sign video, and the week before that I did, a video on the Aries sun sign. So today I'm going to talk about Gemini sun sign. So Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. And Gemini rules the third house, which is also about communication. It's about also younger siblings. And Gemini is ruled by the number three, and it is represented in astrology by the symbol, the twins. And the best color for Gemini is green. And so the one of the good stones that Gemini sun signs can wear is emerald. It's really, really beneficial for Gemini sun signs. Okay, so moving on to the way Gemini personality is, right? So I like to think of Gemini like a chameleon. And you know how the chameleon, it changes its color based on whatever surroundings it is in. So let's say if it's in the forest, in the leaves, it's going to be green in color, or if it's on the earth, it's going to turn brown in color. I think of Gemini like a chameleon. Like I think they are pretty much like chameleons because if you observe the way they are, so let's say they are talking to somebody, right? And they're having this conversation. So based on what the other person likes to talk about, the Gemini sun sign is actually going to adjust their conversation. They're going to adjust their body language, whatever they're talking about, just to blend in really well with what the other person likes. And they can be very adaptive that way. They're very quick thinking. They're very quick witted. Like I said, they're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a very fast moving planet, and they're very quick-witted. They have a very sharp wit, and they can think very quickly. So let's say if a Gemini is at the party, right? They are going to be able to talk on a wide variety of subjects, and they'll be the kind of people who can talk to pretty much anybody about anything, any topic, because uh, they like talking about a vast variety of topics. And they also if they're at a party, you're pretty much going to see the Gemini sun sign being the life of the party. Like everybody is going to love wanting to talk to them because they know so much. They love talking about different things. And that's why I say they are like a chameleon, because they love to adapt to what other people are talking about. They can really, really adapt very quickly to what the conversation is around. And so very often they can be the life of the party. They People are going to be attracted to Gemini sun signs. They want to talk to them. They want to have conversations with them. Mercury rules their sign, so communication is pretty much their forte. It's what they're really, really good at. Gemini and knowledge. So Gemini loves details. It's a very detail-oriented sign. They love to learn. They love knowledge. They love studying about different subjects. And so usually a Gemini sun sign will have knowledge about a vast range of topics. They can talk pretty much about everything under the sun. And it's not like a superficial knowledge. Like, if you ask them to talk about astronomy, or let's say you ask them to talk about something completely unrelated, they're going to be able to talk about both the subjects with equal ease. It's not like they know one. Sure, I mean, they may not know all the subjects that well because it's humanly impossible to know everything. But whatever they know about, they're going to talk in great detail about that subject. And they're going to support it with facts and numbers and statements so that, because they like studying every subject in detail. So if they talk about something, it can be something like the news, current affairs. When they talk about it, it's going to be very detail oriented. It's going to be supported by facts, statistics, numbers, and something that they read, something that they saw, their own experiences as well. So talking with a Gemini sun is very, very interesting. It's very fascinating. They're full of trivia. They're full of interesting information and a lot of interesting nuggets of information and news. So it's really nice talking to a Gemini sun because they know so much. Moving on, Gemini is represented by the symbol the twins. Now, why is that? Because Gemini has sort of like a dual personality. They have like this internal dichotomy going on. So inside, a Gemini sun sign actually carries within themselves a very deep sense of sadness or melancholy. But they don't like showing this side to anybody outside. So if you see them in a social context, in a gathering of people, they're going to be very quick-witted. They're going to be very light-hearted. They're going to be very fun-loving. They love talking about different things. You will never guess that the Gemini sun sign has this other side to them that is, so melancholic and sad, or like this completely different personality to them. So what happens is these people, they don't like to show that side to the outside world. Sometimes even their own family, like people who are very close to them, even they don't know that this side of their personality, because Gemini likes to keep things light. They like to keep things fun and quirky and interesting. So they're not going to show this side to the other people. What's going to happen is they're going to keep stuffing this side down. They're going to keep suppressing this side all the time. Because imagine if you're never able to show that, if you never want to show this side to people around you, nobody knows that you have this other personality to yourself. And so inside, you're sort of abandoning yourself. You're not being true to yourself. You're not being completely authentic. And so what's going to happen is a lot of the times Gemini sun signs, they get into depression because they have like this dual personality inside. They're showing something on the outside, but inside they have a different personality that needs to be seen. And so what can happen is, because they don't show it to the outside, they can end up feeling even more sad inside. They end up feeling even more melancholic inside. And this can sometimes lead them to feel depressed as well. So this is something that Gemini sun sign should probably take care of, like not to hide it. And it's okay, it's okay if other people know that you have this other side to you. It's completely fine. You don't have to suppress it at all. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. They have this constant need to talk a lot, and they can have this restless energy to them. It's an air sign. It's part of the triad of of Libra and Aquarius being the other two air signs. So Gemini can be a little bit on the restless side. They can be quite fidgety because Mercury rules their sign. Mercury, again, like I said, it's a fast moving planet. So Gemini sun signs can be very restless. If they're not doing something constantly, if they're not stimulating their mind very often, they can get really bored and restless. They can even get depressed because they need to stimulate their mind. You'll often find, like a Gemini sun sign, if they don't have anything to do, they're probably going to play some games on their smartphone or anything else. They're going to do something that keeps their mind busy and active. They don't like keeping their mind idle. They're always liking to stimulate their brain cells. So because they're so quick-witted, and because they're so mentally, they need so much stimulation, and because that's the side they're always showing to the outside world, if they don't reconcile with this inner world that's inside them, like this melancholic side, then it can leave them feeling very burnt out, because and also mentally, emotionally drained, because they're always having to project a side of them but suppress the other side of them. So that's not a healthy thing to do. So I would recommend Gemini sun signs to be more in touch with the other side that they're trying to hide. Or sometimes Gemini sun sign is not even aware that they have this other side inside of them. Like they may go through life thinking that this is who they are. They're supposed to be fun and witty and talking all the time and restless and being witty and having a lot of interesting conversations with people. They're very cerebral people. So what I would suggest is, Gemini sun signs, maybe you can just go a little bit inward. Take a cue from your previous sign, Taurus, which is more inward. So go inward and try to figure out whether you really have this other side. And if you do, then don't try to suppress it. It's okay to show it to the world. It's totally fine. So that's my take on Gemini sun sign. My next video is going to be on Cancer. So it's going to be coming up next week. So please stay tuned. If you haven't already, please click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the video. If you like this video, please like it. And please comment in the comment box below. And Let me know if you'd like any other videos, if you have any other ideas on Gemini or any of the other signs. I'll be once I finish the sun sign series, I'm going to be starting on the moon sign series as well. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.